Hey Ponderers, welcome back to the channel, or indeed welcome to the channel. I am Steph Smart and this is Smart Ponders. As always, I hope you're doing a-okay. So today's video is a little bit of a backdated one. I have been trying to catch up on the backlog that I have of content of blogs that already exist out in the world. If you want to check them out, go to www.smartponders.com. But for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to read you one that I did last year, again playing catch up. So here is Adulting. It's not for everyone. Following on from the debut blog post, which if you haven't already read, please do, it felt logical to take some time to write a bit more about adulting and my experiences of it thus far. And I've got to say, it's a bit of a roller coaster, right? So not only that, but no one warns you about it. It just creeps up, and there you are. So let me elaborate. In the previous post, I acknowledged that there has definitely been a transition, even somewhat an acceptance into adulthood, or what I deem to be adulthood. As much adulthood as I'm willing to embark on, anyway. So my partner and I have a house together, and we co-parent, and we have a fur baby. Yes, I am that person. And we both have successful careers. We have goals, we have aspirations, and we have a pension plan. Yet I don't feel like an adult, or rather what I think I should feel like an adult to be, if it makes sense. And quite frankly, I'm embracing it. So when does it actually happen though? When do you become an adult? What even is an adult? And obviously I can only share my own views here, but I'd love to hear what yours are, so please feel free to leave any comments. What is your experience of being an adult and what does it mean to you? So for me, there wasn't a particular moment in time when I suddenly realised that I was an adult. It was more like a lot of little moments happening over a short transition period from student to adult. And obviously, you cannot be both. I'm joking, by the way. I finished my master's degree in May 2017, and by the time October arrived, I had relocated from Edinburgh back to the Highlands, and I was working as a lecturer. I still am, and I was living in my own flat. I had my own car, and of course, I met Aid. I was an adult now, and there was nothing I could do about it. So, what I've learned so far is that there is a difference between the adult I am versus the adult that society expects me to be, or rather, the adult that I expect society to expect me to be, if you get my meaning. For example, some find it odd that I will spontaneously burst into song or start speaking in a different accent. Apparently, that's not the norm. Example. Last month, my partner and my stepdaughter and I went down to Edinburgh for the day. We were helping my sister move into her new flat, so I killed two birds with one stone by going to the markets as well. It was a complete bust though, as it was far too busy and we could barely move. So we settled for a wander around the city, taking in the lights instead. On said wanders, myself and my partner were talking to each other in a Northern English accent, and we do this a lot, much to the dismay of the 15-year-old. The accent will vary to keep things fresh. Anyway, my other half is a big Lego fan, so when we spotted a Lego bag, we began asking each other where the store might be, that it was exciting that there was one nearby, and whether we wanted to go, all in the Northern English accent. Cue the moment a young local man turned round to us to provide directions to the Lego store. Lovely, right? I, of course, said thank you, having dropped the accent without thinking, and his face was quite the picture. Although it was only later that I realised he may have thought we were taking the mick with a Scottish accent in return. So, Edinburgh Sir, if you do happen to read this, please know that my thank you was sincere and in my own accent. My partner and I are just a pair of twits. So my friends and I often talk to each other about the things that no one tells you about being an adult. No one tells you about the anxiety that seems to be there all the time in one form or another. Whether it's worries about work, about family, about relationships, money, even the world, and especially of late. There's almost an air of feeling helpless, as if the cycle we're in appears never ending. And I think that's why I'll never stop playing. I don't want to live a life where I'm led by anxiety and fear. Plus, think of the wrinkles. So my plan is to compromise. I will accept the responsibilities and the duties of my adult self, but I will also embrace my eccentricities, continue to dream, to play, and to find joy and beauty everywhere I can, whether that's through accents, characters, or make believe, for I can conclude that I am a kidult. Kidult, the adults who refuse to act their age, who embrace their inner child. Are you a kidult? Let me know in the comments. This has been a Smart Ponders. Thanks for tuning in.